What do I do if my husband will not agree to a marriage separation, but I desperately need a separation? He's emotionally and mentally abusive. Well, in Utah, one does not need the consent or agreement of one's spouse to get a temporary separation order. See Utah Code Section 30-3-4.5, which is entitled Motion for Temporary Separation Order. You may file an action for a temporary separation order without filing a petition for divorce by filing a petition for temporary separation and a motion for temporary orders if you are lawfully married to your spouse and both you and your spouse are residents of the state of Utah for at least 90 days prior to the date of filing. The temporary orders are valid for 1 year from the date of the hearing or until one of the following occurs. A petition for divorce is filed and consolidated with the petition for temporary separation, or B, the case is dismissed. If a petition for divorce is filed and consolidated with the petition for temporary separation, orders entered in the temporary separation shall continue in the consolidated case. So you don't need your spouse's agreement or cooperation to obtain a temporary separation order in Utah. And remember this. If you file for a temporary separation order, that does not prevent your spouse from filing for divorce. Your spouse can still file for divorce even if you have simply sought a separation. The question then is, should you seek a temporary separation order instead of a divorce? If your spouse does not want to separate and you do, does your marriage appear to be one that has a chance of being salvaged? Separations rarely help a couple reconcile and stay married, in my experience. So ask yourself if you want a separation because you really think it's a good idea, or whether you so-called want a separation because you're afraid to pull the trigger on divorce itself. I would never discourage anyone from trying a separation if that is a step one feels one needs to take to ensure that every reasonable step was taken to save the marriage. But usually, by the time one honestly and seriously considers separation, that means the marriage is doomed.